What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Eternal Evolution. And well, today we're finally back making daily content here in Eternal Evolution. So we've been talking about Artemis a lot. We've shown off Kareolis. There's one of the newer heroes we didn't get to show off when he first came out, and that is Kareolis. I'm just gonna call him Karen. I always butcher these names, how to say them, but he is the newest energy hero, and he reminds me a lot of Nord, except a nice combination between Nord and Jaina, and he is a very powerful energy hero. He actually out damages my Jaina in a lot of situations, while Jaina out damages him in some other ones. But we do have him built up. We have his exclusive. We have all of his talents down to EX1. Might want to take him further in the future as well. And we're just running a surge type setup. We're going for a decent amount of crit rate and crit damage on him as well. So you can see how we have him built right here. Not 100%, but it's still a decent healthy amount. And his skills are very interesting. So one thing I really like is he kind of has a pushback ability. He has a lot of AoE damage. He creates shock waves and stuff, causes all targets equal to 1000% of his attack. He has a lot of really cool skills that we're going to show off. This one I really like because it becomes true damage as well, and it has a slight pushback while stunning the target. It is a very narrow Heavenly Execution. It's a very narrow beam attack, but it does have a pretty good range on it that I've really seen it kind of help push enemies away from the back line, especially if they cheat past our Nord, because typically our team is like Nord in the front line, two support heroes, and then Jaina and Kareolis. I don't know. Kareolis is what I'm just going to say in the back row. So it helps protect them quite a bit. And again, he protects the middle and back rows as well with an Abyss Storm, which is kind of cool. They take less damage in case they do get that back there. And then allied heroes also restore 10 energy every second while in it. That synergizes very well with Jaina, who's already generating tons of energy, especially if you are if you have her at EX30 as well. Now, one thing I will note is I do not have the newest prototype. Where is it? It's actually up for sale, the Notes of Cosmos Lord. So this basically takes the yellow prototype that gives you 200 energy when you hit 3 or more enemies, and adds 12% additional energy skill damage and 300 energy if you hit up to 5 enemies. So this is really good because I still use the yellow one that just gives 200 for hitting 3 targets, and this one's giving a damage bonus and potentially even more energy. That way your energy heroes just spam the abilities left, right, and center. Once again, I showed you guys a little earlier the Artemis on one of our teams here. Well, we're going to show you the energy team right here. I pushed Purin to the back, and again, like I said, the flowing rune, yeah, this is the one. I still use it to this day just because the feeding of energy is just so amazing for all these energy heroes. I run Teresh as well to throw Nord into the back line, which does help the survivability of the team. Plus, having a tank seems pretty good as well. So typically what I do in these types of combat will show off how they run. Because Nord will gain energy from Purin because he has our highest attack on our team, Teresh sometimes throws him mid animation, as you guys will see right here. So I usually have to turn this off just to make sure he doesn't run over and throw at the same time that Nord is leaping. But yeah, sometimes you're okay, other times you're not. And you'll notice here, I'll pull up the damage numbers. The amount of damage is not as easily seen as heroes like Nord and Jaina, but you can see the amount of damage he is doing is rivaling like both of them. Tons of AoE damage going out. You can see literally like way up there with Nord. Granted, he's more of a backline hero. He's not going to be in their face like a Nord will be, but considering the power level of both of these heroes built, both Jaina and him have pretty much the same exact power levels. He is doing some absolutely crazy things. Now, I'm going to run through this real quick just so we can move on to the next level here as well. You guys saw our Hunter battle that I quit out of a little bit earlier. If you check the deleting HP pools with Artemis a little bit earlier. And we're going to show you, obviously, our assassin team is just ridiculously powerful. And then, yeah, we'll move on. We'll go on to the second battle, and then we'll get to see more energy heroes at work. I mean, I don't think there's a team, like, even if it's like full summons, literally my assassin team is just perfectly fine. You can see here, this is where Artemis is just popping off. Nobody else is really dealing damage, or at least in comparison. They do have nice pushback abilities like our Rebecca. We have Viserys, which is, you know, fearing them as well, which is a nice little thing. But we have all these nice little abilities that add up and do a lot of stuff. Now, let's go back here to the energy again. Let me make sure I turn this off because, again, Thresh is going to run over right as Nord wants to use his ability. So we just want to make sure that first ultimate does go off properly. And again, we're about to get an ultimate right here. Watch his damage shoot up through the roof. This time he's getting him and Jaina again pretty close in power level. It really just depends on the type of combat you're in. I've noticed in campaign style battles, he is usually the better one on average. When there are a ton of summons like this, Jaina sometimes does pull ahead just because she can literally spam her ability. She has more attack than the Nord right now, so she's getting the pure and energy buffs. And even with all those pure and energy buffs that she's getting, he's still out damaging her, which is just crazy to think. Nord, while not as useful as he used to be now that we have assassins and hunters and everything, still one of the best carry heroes out there. So it's really amazing having him on our squad. Let's get through one more battle, and I want to show you one more attempt on one of the more difficult stages in the Elite campaign. And this should be pretty good here. Like I said, this team really doesn't lose to anything. Sometimes the battle takes a little longer, but look at that. We just deleted the entire back row instantly. The fact that we now have Artemis who can kill heroes through invincibility, and we have Caraxia who can execute heroes through invincibility. It's we just need one more, maybe like a summoner or an energy hero as the next SP hero in 3 to 6 months down the road. We'll have to see. But even watch right here, Oak doesn't even get to use his immunity. He just instantly goes down and dies. Let's just show off the Artemis battle real quick. Hopefully we win it. Occasionally we do lose with this team. I know it sounds weird to say, but occasionally we do. Again, Artemis is doing all the damage here, but you see how the Hunter team is literally just pushing heroes back until they die. Like, they have yet to come close to us to even do damage as a melee, and it's just over and over getting pushed back, feared. I love that team. I know that's not what the highlight of this video is. The highlight is this next battle. We're going to show one more off right here. Let me turn off Nord's ultimate real quick. This is tricky. Oh, this one might be a little difficult. Let's see if we can actually beat it. I'm hoping we can. And we'll take a look at the damage numbers up here as well. Nord way up there, but you can see both of the other energy heroes surging back. And this is why I wish we had the new prototype. It's just, we already spent enough on the new Artemis hero. I don't know if spending another 100 right now is worth it, or just waiting till I can get it in like Twilight or something and then upgrading it to max immediately. We'll have to see. It is a huge advantage having it. Jaina is pulling ahead on this battle too, but that's mainly because he ended up dying by being too close to the battle. I don't know if we're going to have enough damage if he is dead. If that's the case, we'll redo this battle and see if we can do it one more time. The Panda summon is usually like one of the tankiest summons I've ever seen in a game. It's absolutely crazy how much damage they can take in a PvE scenario. 27 seconds. The problem is going to be Rez. Rez is so hard to kill in these game modes. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to jump back in this, and we're gonna have to try to position ourselves a little better to not lose our hero in the middle row. The problem is we're getting chucked too far, and we can't really pull them back in, and that's what we need to constantly do. We need to make sure we're pulling the frontliners back in so they can't get close enough to our team so that we can continue to deal all that damage. This time, just manually controlling Nord seems to be better because, like I said, it's grouping them up much better in a way that's keeping our heroes alive. Jaina's almost going down. That's a little sketchy right there, but ooh, Jaina did go down. Well, let's see how this turns out having him instead of Jaina towards the end of the battle. I will say his single target damage is a little bit better than Jaina from my experience. And it looks like you can kind of see that right here. Jaina has the better AoE, he has the better single target. And with the two of them, he's still competing with Nord for top damage. Looks like we take the victory there. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I want to show off the newer energy hero. He's really solid, putting out some really awesome damage numbers as well. Definitely a build hero in my books. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.